Welcome everyone. If you're watching the video, I'm not wearing any makeup, which is pretty amazing. It's pretty ballsy of me, and also, yeah, just showing up as my authentic self in creation because that's what we're here to do. Yeah. So I invite you to have a cup of tea or water or hydrate. I'm drinking hot cocoa. Just like the pure hot cocoa of like the one that you get as a child, and I'm just really embodying this childlike energy when I have made this hot cocoa with oat milk. So I invite you to just grab a cup of tea and just enjoy this time with me, and hope that have some water, hydrate, love yourself, and nurture yourself as you take on this journey and take on this ride with me of where we're going. Yeah, tea, coffee, all the things. So yeah. Today we are talking about, we're going deep, okay? If you're in my world, if you like it, we like to go deep. I really like to go deep into what we're creating. And yeah, so today we're talking about psychosis again and what that feels like. And, it's like a very trippy and tricky topic because there's so many reasons why people go into psychedelics. There's so many reasons why people go into psychosis. And so it's just like this big, there's a lot. But really, I'm here to share my experience with it and hope that it really helps you on your journey and your path and what it looks like, your relationship with psychedelics, your relationship to plant medicines, your relationship to coming back to your body. I think that's like the biggest message here is how can we come back to our bodies, So yeah, I definitely, when I was starting to work with plant medicines and psychedelics, I was really desiring to experience out-of-body experiences. I loved traveling to the ethers, connecting with the angels, connecting with light beings and entities that are not from this world. And it is beautiful. I'll tell you that. It is a beautiful journey. And it can be beautiful and lovely and all the things. But what I'm really, 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 really excited about is coming back to the body. Coming back to this really delicious cup of hot chocolate. The richness of it. The presence of the here and now. The way that I get to smile at myself and smile at you in the creation of this, and the way that I can just be here in this body. So I invite you to come back to your body in this moment. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What are you feeling? Yeah. The thing about those worlds is it can be beautiful, but you can easily get so out of touch with this world and the beauty of this world, the beauty of what this world has to offer when you're embodied, through the grief, through the sadness, through the love, heartbreak, everything that you're experiencing, and the beauty of it all. And so that this life has to offer, from the tears to the laughter, the joy of the feminine, the joy, the hardness of the masculine. And so the thing that really taught me about psychedelics was that it really taught me the power of the importance of being in our bodies. Because, yeah, I was doing it for a while and just exploring those ethers, and it was, you know, I decided to go so far and continue doing that, and it just like, it's so much mind chatter. And so, you know, even if it's like beautiful mind chatter, it's still in the mind. And so the beautiful thing that I feel God created us is to be in our bodies. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? And yeah, what is our essence saying? What is our essence being? How has God really created us to be in our bodies in this moment? What is our relationship to pleasure? Yeah. Oh, one more sip, one more sip. It's so funny. I like to say I'm super healthy. But when I indulge in my sugar, I'm like, let's just have a good time. Like, life is too short not to enjoy the little sugars here and there, you know? And the joys of that, and the indulgence of feeling like a child after having some hot chocolate. Yeah. So, yeah, life is so beautiful, and just the joys of all the little things of being in our bodies, and what the wisdom that it carries. Plant medicines have its place too, and it's beautiful. But like the wisdom that we can have a psychedelic experience without any plant medicines, without the technology of our phones, without the technology of what other people are saying. But when you tune in, like, there's a lot going on in our bodies. What feels good, what doesn't feel good, what feels right, what doesn't feel right. How can we tune into that? How can we love into that? How can we love deeper into that? How can we be in our own presence? How can we, discover parts of ourselves that we don't even know, that we haven't unfolded yet? The beauty of this life, how it hasn't unfolded, the gifts, the love, experiences. So, yeah, it's an invitation to explore that within yourself. You know, something I'm practicing is, I love in the morning to do a heart meditation where I just focus on my heart. And some friends I've put that in my life, and then, offered that with me and sharing that with me. And then the other invitation is to, like, what is going on in the body that needs to be birthed to life? What needs to be birthed to life? What needs to be created? That needs to be said. Not a version of you that you feel that you're not as completely connected to, but what is the version of you right now that you need to be birthed? What needs to be expressed? Yeah. So I invite you to tap into that. Start tapping into that. What needs to be birthed through you? Who are you? What is this body sharing? What is the wisdom of this body sharing with you? And so, yeah, I mean, like, if you're experiencing trauma and things like this, that is something to work through. But when I'm experiencing grief and death portals, I just come back to my body. Get out of the mind and come back to my body. Every day I do yoga. I do this really special yoga practice. So that really helps me be in my body. I love to dance. I love to play music and dance with myself. This really helps me come back to my body. I love to look in the mirror and just speak gratitude to myself. Like, whoa, look at you doing it. Look at you being your best version of yourself. I've cried in front of the mirror, grief cried. I've crying, being held by my dear sisters in my grief and just holding me. Yeah, just holding me, not even saying anything, just holding me. Special moments like that. Co-creating with dear sisters, dear friends. Yeah. The womb, the power of women is just, we are portals of creation. And we birth creations, we birth children, we birth life. We birth life. And so, what is the invitation for you to create? What is it that you want to birth? I had notes, but I just really wanted to do this loosely because, it's just fun to play in this realm. Psychedelics are beautiful, and also, like, I love just sharing where I'm at. And yeah, so coming back, so the invitation is to explore that within yourself. Please, I beg you. I invite you, okay? I invite you. But yeah, the invitation's there to love and nurture that part of yourself, because we need that, and we need more people that are birthing like our creations and our stories, instead of just like refiltering what has been done. Like, people are dying for real stories and what is going on. People want to know, what have you moved through? What have you gone through? What are you expressing? That is so important, and we need more of that. Your story is so powerful. Whether you share that with one person at a dinner that's impacting them versus, a whole community of people that are watching and listening. Your stories are powerful, my friend. And yeah. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. Your stories are powerful, my friend. Yeah. Let that just roast and toast for a minute. If you're listening to the podcast, I'm my delicious hot cocoa in the winter. It's like winter right now here. It's a little chilly outside, and yeah, I love it. Another practice I like to do is just, what am I sensing? What am I smelling? What am I seeing? What am I touching? What am I tasting in this moment? Coming back to the body. Yeah. Yeah. So, coming back to the story of what it's like for us to come back to the body. And, I truly believe the reason why I experienced psychosis was a couple of things. I was very much out of touch with my body. I was doing like an hour of breath work every day. I was working with singing bowls that were absolutely beautiful. And also, I just was so tapped into the ethers, and it was unsafe for me. I wasn't guided or anything. I was just tapping in. And I was financially stressed as well, not stable in my financial space. And I was working with psychedelics and not being held in it. It was just working on my own. And so all those factors played into it: the stress, the lack of integration, not being in my body. I was running away from myself, and I didn't even realize it. That's the saddest part. I didn't even realize it. I had no idea. I wasn't guided. I wasn't held. I was just, I was just in a different place. And I have so much grace and compassion for that version of myself. that version of myself that was feeling so lost. And yeah, it took me a couple of years to really just like come back home to myself, come back home to my body and learn the wisdom of that. Afterwards, that experience, I was on medication. And the medication, they were saying, you're going to have depression. These are side effects, depression, anxiety. And, it was traumatic. So I was moving through that, right? And also I was really attaching to these labels of depression, anxiety, and how the medication is going to impact you that way. And so what I did was I really latched onto those. I really latched onto the idea that I was depressed, I was anxious, I had mental health issues, and yes, I did experience intrusive thoughts. And this medication is helping me in this way now. And also as a trauma, it's a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of trauma around it. And so as for now, I'm working through just having a relationship to myself and this medication of like, yes, I'm on this medication, but I'm not going to allow myself to believe that it is making me depressed. I'm not allowing myself to believe that I have anxiety because of this medication. I'm not allowing those words to have any power over me. There's no power those words are going to have over me, because what we believe is what's going to happen. And so if I believe that these medications are making me depressed, anxious, suicidal thoughts, all these side effects, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that's what happened for about a year. And this mentor of mine that has never been on medication like this, antipsychotics, and he said, well, why are you attaching to this? Why are you like even associating with that, with the medication? Like, why do you believe that? And I was so triggered. I was angry. I was like, how dare you, in my body, in my heart. How dare you tell me this? How dare you tell me that the last year, blah, 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 blah. My life has been so hard. You have no idea. I had experienced psychosis, all this pain in my body, and it was all this trauma. How dare you tell me not to associate with this? I was so angry. And as time moved on, it was starting to integrate what he said. I said, whoa, like, I actually stopped associating with it. And from that moment on, I have felt like I've been healed from this experience. I don't experience depression. I feel my feelings. I feel my sadness, my grief. I feel the energy around me, but I'm like in my space. And yeah, I don't have anxiety. I'm just really feeling into myself and just tuning in. Yeah, and I'm working on my mental health, like it is a space where I am working on my mental health through this. So it is a space for that as well. However, I was like, I gained weight, I was emotionally eating, I was doing all these things. And I was so depressed, I wasn't creating, I was just low functioning. So yeah, it was from that moment on that I decided not to believe that anymore. And I'm on my path of journey of healing. I'm, you know, in the right time and place, I'm going to devote myself to healing from this and devote myself to, the intention is to slowly get off medication and see what that journey would look like with my body, and really doing all the parts work and all the internal work to really heal this, because I'm choosing to believe it's possible, you know, knowing when the right time and place it is. I know God has for me and it's just going to happen, but it's a lot better now. And I'm really, really grateful, because I was really depressed, and yeah, it was really hard. It was really challenging. Yeah. So thank you for being here. The invitation moving forward is to just be your freaking self, be your most authentic expression, share your stories. We need it. We really need it. I'm going to continue being in my feminine wildness, empowered version of myself. And I hope this story can really empower you and invite you to really just be your most authentic expression in every interaction with the world, with every person, with every soul that you meet, and then in your creations too. Make love to your creations. All right, my loves. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. So with all the peace, all the abundance, all the love, sending love, so much love your way. I love you so much. Thanks for tuning in. I have a lot of offerings. I have some self-love transmission, free self-love transmission, where I tap into my mirror work. You can get that for free on my website, katifranco.com. And I'm doing a 8-week, wow, I'm just like, okay, I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it. And I'm just so, it's just such a potent gift, and honored to create this. Yeah, just the love that I'm getting to experience because of this creation that's being birthed through me. It's called Awaré Amoré, aware in love. And so it's really just coming back home to yourself, whatever that means to you, whatever that pops up in your mind or your heart and your soul, and what wants to be birthed through you, through self-love, rituals, ceremony, presence, embodiment, poetry, play, creativity. We're going to go dive deep into all of it. And yeah, I'm really excited to co-create this space with you. I'm calling in 7 women to come to this space with me and devote ourselves to 8 weeks of transformation and healing and love and embodiment and eros and play. I'm just really excited. So if that's you, please, please don't hesitate. It's a full body yes. Come to me and let's play and let's just enjoy. All right, my loves. I love y'all so much. And goodbye for now.